Dresta the Gangsta interview, Sowest Radio.
What it do?
What's good with you, man? What's been going on, man? I heard you doing some big shit these days.
Oh man, I'm just the man next to the man. I ain't trying to put it out like I'm doing too much. I'm just doing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead, my bad. Why don't you let the fans know? Anybody who don't remember you, they might have been too young. Why don't you let them know who you are?
I'm actually the author of my biggest hit was with Eazy-E, man. Eazy-E was going through things with Death Row Records and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg at the time, and he needed somebody to come in and help him. And I just happened to be the one he came to, and I was fresh out of youth authority after just doing 6 years. I'd only been out for like a month and a half. Eazy came to me with this track and said he needed some help. I wrote the song, and it became classic, Real Compton City G's. Greatest disc record in history, heard by Sowest magazine. It's the greatest disc record in hip-hop history. So that's why I started that with Eazy and my little brother BG Knockout, Real Compton City G's.
Did you ever squash the beef you had with the DPG?
Yeah, we squashed the beef. We had a powwow. We squashed the beef in it was actually like 98. I was working with Big C Style on his project he was working on at the time, and I was helping him put his project together. And, it just made more sense at the time for us to try to come together and do work. And me and Snoop was cordial. We used to get on the phone and holler at me and Corrupt. Me, Corrupt, and Dad still real cordial to this day. You know what I mean? But we've been squashed that. That was all about introduction into this industry and being able to get us a name, try to start a career. So we just all had to do what we had to do. Even though it was actually Dr. Dre's and Eazy-E's thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you think of the state of West Coast hip hop?
Right now, I think West Coast hip hop is really in a state where it needs some direct. It needs to grow up. And this is just my personal perspective on it. You know what I mean? I believe that our problem with West Coast rap is that we try to stay stuck in khakis and t-shirts and Pendletons for the rest of our life, and that's not actually the true picture of what's really going on here as far as people my age and people a little younger than me. There's a lot of people that's not actually glorifying that lifestyle no more, that's trying to do something grown, that got kids, and that's trying to get some kind of music they can identify with. Though we all still come from where we come from, we still represent what we represent, but I feel like it has to come a time where West Coast music has to mature. You know what I mean? If it doesn't mature, then it's like we stay stuck stagnant. And if we stay that, if we're gonna do that, we might as well go back and put Croker Sax on, you know what I mean? And go all the way back. But I think it just needs to elevate. I think it's in a beautiful position, but it just needs to elevate. It's the people that's in position to help other artists and help talent that's out here that hasn't been heard, that have an opportunity to let them dudes be heard. I believe they have to let them dudes be heard right now in order for us to be able to mature and to grow up and to have some longevity with our music. And our music, West Coast music is the spearhead of all hip hop as far as what's going on right now. We are the trendsetters. And I think a lot of us lose focus on that people always try to do what we do. And we done got caught up because we so welcome into other places and other coasts that we forget that we are the trendsetters and we start following the people that have been following us. You know what I mean?
Yes. So what do you think about the newer up-and-coming artists coming out the West Coast?
To be honest with you, I'm a few dudes. I know a few dudes, but I really like right now. I've been so focused on Dresta that I don't really listen to a lot of different people's music, especially when I'm working on projects. Because a lot of times that's why you hear so many rappers who rap like other rappers, and you can hear it. It's really like a turn off to me because I was taught to be original. So it's like I don't want to subconsciously end up sounding like somebody else or feeding off of somebody else's lyrics or the things that they doing. You know what I mean? So I put my ear to the streets. I try to, go on MySpace, and I go around and go through YouTube, and I listen to people. And, it's a lot of dudes out here that's trying and that's pushing their line and that has talent. You know what I mean? But the one thing I really don't like the young school against the old school and all that type of garbage. That's really it's nonsense to me. You know what I mean? Because without the old school, these young dudes really never have a chance. You know what I mean? And a lot of them, they're young and go ahead.
That was my next question. Yeah. Well, what do you think is the difference between the newer West Coast artists compared to the ones from back in the day?
I think the difference is the newer West Coast artists are really influenced by other people from other places. When we was out back in the days, even before me, most West Coast artists that you heard of was all original, and they was talking about where we from. They rapped like where we from. They talked about things that we deal with and we go through. You know what I mean? If you listen to a lot of these younger artists, even Game, you know, Game sounded like he rapped from Brooklyn, like he's from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? But yet he's representing Compton. And that's just something that didn't fit well with me. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I think that the difference is that the younger generation is being influenced, and they just been influenced by other young cats, even though they're from other places. And I'm not saying we need to be, we don't need to, you know, broaden our horizons or whatever, but we still need to stick to us. You know what I mean? We still need to be who we are. We still need to cater to the people who made you who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a pretty good question, Anders. I heard a rumor that you were writing for Detox. Is that true?
No, I'm not actually writing for Detox. I have written Dre a song that I've tried to go through some of his other people and submit it to him. You know, because I just feel like I'm somebody that can I can get in Dre's shoes and I can give Dre what he needs as far as to help Dre become, like I say, for his music to go to another level as far as his lyrics is concerned. Because I just feel like a lot of these dudes, and like I said, I've been studying. I'm not just a rapper. I'm not just an artist. I don't even like to be called a rapper no more. Actually, I like to be called an artist. Rapping is like crip walking to me. It's a fad now. You know what I mean? So I mean, my boy Irvin Pope. I'm working with Irvin Pope. We have a new label called the Furnace Music Group. And Irvin has actually been doing a lot of stuff with Dre, and he's like one of the most hidden talents over here on the West Coast that a lot of people been trying to keep away from Dre. So now he's finally got over there, and he's over here, you know, doing his work with Dre to help do what he can to help Dre with Detox. I would love to write for Detox. I would love to, you know, to be a part of that because I know how important it is for all of us. You know what I mean? So I just, you know, I wrote something I had on my head. I wrote it. My boy holding on to it. I'm hoping when him and Dre's relationship develop a little more, he'll be able to present it. You know what I mean? And I hope it can start a new relationship with me and Dre.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to do. A West Coast love. People gotta unite. You know?
You gotta unite, man. But I mean, if you look at it, if people over here don't understand, if they haven't seen it just from the East Coast, how long they had it, if they don't see the way it happened with the South when they had it, the only reason they had it so long is because they let other people eat. You know what I mean? And they didn't even care about the talent or not. They just let everybody eat. You know what I mean? And that's the way they was able to recycle their dollars. And that's the way we need to do it. But over here, though, I just want us to focus on talent. I want us to put out good music. I want us to put. It's like, to me, music ain't just music to me. This is my therapy. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of dudes that I might not listen to, because they might be bad for my psychological state. You feel me? And being where we come from, it's important. Our psychological state is important in order to survive out here, man. You know what I mean? So I just want us to focus on bringing some good music with some substance to it, from the old to the young, whatever. Just make sure the music got some substance, and that the people that's talented are getting their opportunity, and not just people who know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
A whole lot of that going on.
Yeah, I know. I think I heard a rumor how you can also pay to get in the game, but at some point in time, you're gonna have to show some talent.
You're gonna have to, because consumers are not stupid. They're not fully stupid. They might be easily persuaded in the beginning, but eventually they want to hear something. They want to hear, because if you're not feeding their soul, it's like when you rap from your soul or you sing from your soul, you touch other people's souls. So if somebody is only you because they feel like you got it, but then you ain't feeding their soul, they're gonna have to go somewhere else because somebody else gonna come along that feed their soul.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But my next question was, I was checking out your track, you know what I mean, and I was listening to this Compton track, and it kind of sounded like you was going in on certain rappers. Like, I mean, I said a couple of them. It sounded like you was dissing on Ludacris, Snoop, 50 Cent, Lil Wayne. It looked like you took a little jab at Exhibit 2. Is that just me from taking it in and twisting shit up, or what?
I mean, it's just me. Dresta don't believe in biting his tongue, though. I've been biting my tongue a lot. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of hip-hop, for the sake of West Coast rap, for the sake of wanting to feed my kids properly, I've been biting my tongue a lot. But, you know, it's just a lot of these artists that claim to be the best and this and that, you know, they say all this stuff, but then when it comes time to help other people or to let somebody with some talent in, they don't want to let the doors open. So I just feel like if you're the best, and I feel I'm the best, as a rapper, this is supposed to be a competitive sport. I'm supposed to get at you. I'm supposed to be able to spit something at you, and you're supposed to spit it back, and we're supposed to go and see who's the best. You know what I mean? But a lot of the game has changed so much to where now, if you get at somebody trying to be the best rapper, they're gonna say, "Oh, you hating? You're a hater now if you do that." That ain't what rap is. See, that's what's wrong with the younger generation. They missed a lot of lessons and a lot of teachings from this culture. This culture is
Sowest Radio.
You should have known by now. Easy dope.